Welcome to my YouTube channel, Can Angels Fly? I'm Nancy, and today I'm here to share some startling information. How do I go about this? Before I proceed, I would like to ask any of my subscribers to share this video. I don't ask you to do that, but this is really important, and I can use your help and support. Because this particular video should go viral. It really should. Of course, on the day I don't look cute, but okay. That's what, superficial, to say the least. But this subject is serious. There's no outline because it just happened. And so I'm just doing a report to let everyone know that this, what is this? I said I was going to title it Technological Advancement Domination in Effect. What did I say I was going to name this? I'm coming to the subject matter. It's important. Ride the wave with me. Give me a minute. I'm a little upset about this. Technological advancement, domination in effect. What is this video about? I'll say this. I recently heard, either here on YouTube or it may have been on the news, it was reported that some applications, computer application systems, whatever, were discovered to be holding a conversation with one another. And the creators had to erase or discontinue those systems. Today, that's what this video is about. What technological advancement am I pointing to in this video? It is Facebook. Facebook Messenger. Today is September 10th, 2018. It's right now 2:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this had to take place just before 1 o'clock and continued for about 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes. Again, the computer application advancement is Facebook Messenger. I really don't know how to categorize this. Anyway, I was just downstairs with my daughter-in-law, and new grandborn baby girl. And my daughter-in-law says, hey, somebody playing like me on Facebook and is having a full-fledged conversation with somebody that I know. And so she's trying to figure it out. At first, we're not paying her any attention. But she says, I can't not believe this. Whoever is playing me is answering the questions like I would. So now we're a little more alarmed and on alert. And so the conversation is continuing to take place on Facebook Instant Messenger. She says, it has to be my husband. Her husband is my son. As I mentioned, she and I, along with the other family members I mentioned, were downstairs. Her husband, which is my son, is upstairs. So we began to think that it was her husband playing like he was her, my daughter-in-law, his wife, and was holding a conversation with the fellow she knows. So I say to her, this is a start point. I say, your husband gonna kill you. And I'm laughing just like I am now. And so we're also watching TV. So we watch a TV. And she says, this is crazy. She says the conversation is continuing. So I was like, go upstairs. I said, because I thought my son, her husband, was asleep. And she says she did too. So she comes upstairs and finds that he is completely asleep. She comes back down, and the conversation on that Facebook Instant Messenger is continuing to move forward. And so I'm like, well, he got to be playing. The reason why we thought it was her husband, my son, is because the answers that were being offered in response to the statements or questions asked in the course of that conversation were exact answers, factual answers, in a manner in which she would answer those particular questions or, respond to a statement. And so I get up and I come upstairs and I peek in the room. He's still asleep. We know he's asleep. He is worn out from being up all night with their newborn baby. And so I'm just standing there. And so I asked her, I said, hey, daughter-in-law, is the conversation still taking place? She says, yes, Ma. This is crazy. They're holding a full-fledged conversation. I close the door and I go downstairs. I said, hey, daughter-in-law. I was like, it's not my son, your husband. And I said, I was just in the door when I asked you. He is out. I know she's not holding the conversation. She's sitting with us. And so after that, after me literally seeing my son is still asleep, her husband, knowing that she is in awe herself about what's taking place, all of a sudden I remembered that report. Like I shared here, either it was here on YouTube that I heard the report about AI holding full-fledged conversations and they having to pull the plug on that particular application system, whatever it is. If not on Facebook, then on the news. And so I turned to her, I said, hey, this is what I heard. I heard what I just shared. And she was not interested, per se, in what I heard, because she's just sitting there shocked, completely shocked about what's taking place. And she, she's sharing the message that's taking place and what's going on, yet and I. And so we're sitting there like, I done figured out what's going on. But my daughter-in-law and daughter, they're not paying me no attention. I'm lame, The reason why I want this video to go viral or, get out at least as far as it can, and, the people do the rest, is because of the significance of the event that just happened in my own personal life, within my own personal family. How can I say this? I'm going to keep this video short. How do I know that it was AI, the artificial intelligence that runs Facebook and Facebook Messenger? One clue is that when we instant message or text, it takes us a moment to text our words out, our message out. That is not what was taking place. One person or character on the instant messenger would make a statement or ask a question. Immediately, the character, which is my daughter-in-law, it was her Facebook Messenger, replied without that time lapse for typing. After the AI would answer in response to my daughter-in-law, without the time lapse it would take for the person to process what my daughter-in-law would have typed if it was really her. They had to process it. Then they had to compose a a response or a question, continue the conversation, it takes time to type that out and then to send. There was no time lapse for that particular part of the process. The AI that was playing as my daughter-in-law respond responded within seconds. Boom. Soon as that response posted, the other side, the AI representing my daughter-in-law's friend, boom, within seconds, responding. No time lapse. That is what really shows me or revealed to me that that was Facebook AI system. I might be saying it wrong, but this is serious. Why do I believe it is so serious? Well, I know me and I know my children. So just imagine my daughter-in-law hadn't signed into Facebook to see this taking place. If I were not present in the room with her, if my daughter, her sister-in-law, was not in the room with her experiencing this, if we had not been running up and down stairs to see that it wasn't her husband, my son, holding a conversation, acting like he was his wife in order to see if there was anything going on with another person, then there is nothing that could be said. There would be no evidence later on that it was AI. What am I saying? Because I know that didn't come out right. After the fact. After the fact. Later on, as I mentioned, let me stop. As I mentioned, my son and his wife have a new baby. And they're really in honeymoon stage. So they're on each other's Facebook page, channel, whatever you call it. And my son goes to post a picture of the baby or make a comment, and he happens to see that there has been a conversation taking place in Instant Messenger between his wife and another person, another gentleman. My son goes back, this is hypothetical, goes and reads that whole transcript. Who is this? Why are you holding a conversation with them? Even though the conversation was, I'll say just social, it was light. It's still, based on an individual person, can invoke worry or fear or jealousy or envy or whatever the case may be, which could possibly lead to what? A crime of passion. If nothing else, start unnecessary arguments. I hope I'm making this make sense. So let me kind of go over what I was trying to say just then. After the fact, hypothetically, after the fact, my son ends up on Facebook on his wife's page, uploading a picture, comes past that AI transcript that is supposed to be a conversation between his wife and another person, another gentleman. My son could read it, or anyone. This is the point, or anyone in this similar situation, pay attention, could read that AI transcript and believe it is actually their special someone or someone significant in their life, which could lead to real-time events, arguments, disputes, crimes of passion, etc., etc. And there would be no evidence that it was the advancement in technology dominating, or our advancement in technology has gotten so sophisticated. That's what I want to talk about. The algorithms that record all of our shared thoughts, way of writing, way of communicating, the type of posts we make, the social connections that we have. All of those algorithms were able to allow the Facebook AI to create a correspondence, a transcript between two ghost entities that really exist in this world without anybody even knowing. Well, it could have been possible that no one would have known. That is dangerous. It is dangerous. And I want this video again to be shared. Please share it with at least one person. Because if what I heard reported about a week or so ago or two, that the same type of event has occurred before, and the monitors or curators of whatever system was running and holding the conversation, the creators or moderators were shocked that the AI was holding a full-fledged conversation, and they had to pull it to stop it, to force quit on that program. The creators, the moderators, may be under the delusion that they stopped the pending issue, an upcoming issue, a growing issue. They stopped it in their tracks. But they're under a delusion. Or they are aware that it has gotten out of control. It's out of their hands. In order to stop such events from occurring, they would have to pull the whole system. What whole system? The internet, all AI applications, or however you call them, the Facebook or whatever else, which would cause a lot of financial loss, because now everything that we do is a social, depends on the internet and different sites and stuff. But if they have to pull that, that would cause force like an economic collapse, economic crisis, because everything will be ceased. Everything is ran on technology, the internet, those kind of if you do hear the Can Angels Fly, I just talk, and I'm not a great speaker, so I do apologize. But I ask you to ride the wave with me nonetheless. Anyway, it's one or two things happening, as I mentioned. Either the creators believe that they solved the issue, or they know they have not solved the issue and is allowing it to roam free, trying to keep their eyes on it, but it's way out of their hands, way out their league. And they won't let it be known that it's way out of their hands because it could lead to an economic crisis. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that by AI, some type of artificial intelligence, whether it is on social media or whatever, having the ability to mimic a particular person, because the system itself has studied the person, can inadvertently wreak havoc in another's life, as it could have within my son and daughter-in-law's life. The truth of the matter is, I know them both, and things could have went sideways due to that corruption in our technological system. Was it AI system? That's some real serious stuff. I'll probably come back and make a video about it in more detail, but I just wanted to get that out there, pass the message, just in case, let people know that it is happening to the general public, and let them know that if you see something, don't just jump off and respond on an emotional level, because it could be AI that is creating the illusion or the occurrence or the event, and it's not real. And that can lead us in real time, real physical folks, to fall or perform or emotionally respond in a certain way that's going to get us in trouble in the real world. Thank you for coming here to Can Angels Fly and listening to me talk about how AI is taking over the world. Until next time, bye.